It has finished Altrincham 4, STALYBRIDGE Celtic 0 in the Cheshire Senior Cup second round. Manager for the night, manager for the round, manager for the competition, I would think. Ross Speight joins us. Ross, a very satisfactory evening.
Yeah, really enjoyed watching that this evening. Thought the lads played really well. They had to. STALYBRIDGE, very good side. But I was really happy with what I saw. A lot of things that we worked on yesterday, things that Neil's been working on the last few weeks, sort of come to fruition tonight. And the goals we scored were real good quality. So I was really happy with that.
George Wilson getting his first goal for the football club on the half-hour mark, and shortly afterwards, wonderful strike from Matty Cash. The plan was always with Matty to bring him off at half-time, but great to see him in action back at the J Davidson Stadium.
Yeah, he took his goal very well. I was just in line with it. His technique was absolutely fantastic, and I was really happy that Matty has got the minutes in. He's come through fairly comfortably in terms of his injury, so that's another massive bonus. I thought he looked really good. It was a shame to bring him off at half time because I thought he was just getting going, but obviously we've got to stick to the plan. So, but no, George and Cozzy, two well taken goals in the first half.
And two late goals for Dior Angus and Regan Linny. Regan was very unselfish in setting up Dior for his goal.
It's a bit different for Regan, that wasn't it? But we did actually say at half time there's a couple of opportunities that players were getting into good areas and could be a little bit more selfless. But obviously the strikers are. It's in the nature to go and be greedy and go and try and get those goals. And we said, look, second half, if we get those opportunities, we're going to have to take them because we were expecting, as we saw as well, we were expecting STALYBRIDGE to come into the game and have a bit of a spell, which they did have. But we got the goals late on. Again, they were well worked. I was really happy with them.
And Regan Linny for the second game in succession, scoring at added time.
Yep, no, he did really well. He was pressing just in front of us there. He did really well. Linked up well with Howson, who's a academy first year player, and Lucas Allcroft on the left hand side, who's a former youth team player. I thought they linked up really well, and Regan's obviously forced the issue and deserved the goal.
Yeah, Harrison Howells did very well against 1874 Northwich in the last round, and that was a wonderful piece of skill towards the end.
A couple of really good turns, a couple of really good touches. I was really happy with how he played and how KP played at the back. He came on a little bit earlier than we thought he would, than we planned, but he went on and he did very well against a very good forward line.
He's only 16 years old, so that was quite something to come into now.
Yeah, two 16-year-olds coming on there, so really happy with that. Just shows how good the academy system is here with Paul. So I'm really proud to sort of watch them and see how they got on tonight.
And you mentioned Lucas Allcroft. For me, he was a massive plus all evening.
Yeah, he was. He started off well, grew into the game. In the second half, I thought he was excellent. I thought he was possibly one of the players of the match. I thought he was excellent. Really complimented Regan on the left hand side, and he was getting forwards and sort of growing in confidence. So I was really happy to see that.
Oly Wright is a little bit older than one or two of the others, but he looked a decent player. Yeah,
he's done well. He's been training with the first team for a while. He's been playing for the reserves. He's done really well there tonight. It was him and George, once they settled in midfield, they were really good on the ball and they were quite reliable on the ball as well. Just shame he got a bit of a bang on the nose. We had to bring him off.
And the shape looked good throughout. It was a disciplined performance. Defensively, we were very sound throughout the evening, and it looks as if they carried out the instructions to a T.
Yeah, I was really happy with it. Like I say, it took us 10 or 15 minutes for both teams sort of find their way and earn the right to play, if you like. But once we settled, I thought we dominated possession. Sort of restricted them. They score a lot of goals. Very good at working the ball out wide and getting really good delivery, and that's sort of their staple, and they're very good at it. And I thought we reduced them to a few crosses. They hit the bar with a one free kick. but we reduced them to not a great deal, which I don't think they'd be used to, because all the analysis I did on them, they were creating a lot of chances. So we really had to be at it tonight to stay in front, and the players did really, really well.
Yeah, it was a wonderful free kick from Greg Wilkinson that rattled the crossbar. And Stalybridge are no mugs whatsoever. They're pushing for promotion in the Northern Premier League West back to the Northern Premier League Premier Division.
Yeah, I think they're third at the minute. Scoring a lot of goals, scoring a lot of late goals as well. So when that free kick hit the bar, I thought if that goes in, this could be an interesting bit of a grandstand finish. Because they were a very, very good side. I thought it was a really good game to watch at times. I thought both teams played some good stuff. But obviously the players that we had on display, especially in the forward line, showed our quality tonight.
And we're into the quarter-finals now, and I think we're enjoying this competition.
I certainly am. Yeah, it's we're doing well. We've got a really good blend of first team and academy and reserve players coming in. We're quite lucky with the timing that quite a lot of first team players were in need of minutes. So we're quite lucky with the timing of the fixture, and it served really, really well. Everyone's come through. Amar Hussein played his first game back from his ACL injury, which I was absolutely made up about, and he'd come on. He looked really good as well when he come on. I was really happy with him. So it's a competition that we're treating seriously, but you know we are using it as an opportunity to get some of the younger players in. But these younger players, I think I've said a few times in the interviews, the younger players are here on merit. Not here as a token gesture to push them in. They're here because they're playing really well. They're doing the right things off the pitch, the right things in the academy, the right things in the reserves, and the pathway's working really, really well at the minute.
I'm glad you mentioned Amar Hussein. So good to see him back in an Altrincham shirt, his first action of 2023. And he's great to watch. Very, very, very skillful player, glides across the pitch.
Yeah, Amar's had a really tough 12 months where he's been injured. Obviously, the fans did the GoFundMe and raised the money for him to get his operation quite early. So if he didn't have that, he won't be playing here tonight. So a big thank you to the fans for their contribution with that. Amar's repaid them big time there, because he has worked so hard off the pitch. He's worked so hard with his rehab. I was really excited that he was going to be in the squad, and he was asking me, I think we're on the 60-minute mark, and I went, can I not have 20 minutes, can I have 25? I said, we're going to have to fight with the physios on that one. We have to stick to the 15. But he looked really good. He's been training with the first team now. He's been in non-contact and contact training for a couple of months now, and he's getting better each week. So be interesting to see what happens with him in the next few weeks. Hopefully he doesn't have a reaction tomorrow from playing, and we can get him a run of games, just get him back on the pitch. It was great to see that tonight.
Absolutely right. You mentioned the money raised, almost £9,000
amazing.
In a couple of days. It was a fantastic response from everybody.
Yeah, amazing. Again, if the fans don't support us in the many different ways that they do, in the great ways that they do, we can't support people like Amar. And like you say, I think he's repaid that generosity with his attitude, his work rate, and his rehab, and it's shown now. He's coming. He looks like he hasn't missed a year. He looks like he hasn't missed the beat. He looked very sharp, really good. And like I say, I was absolutely made up to see him on the pitch.